Welcome to the Pennsylvania Association for College Admissions Counseling Virtual College Fair. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping announcements. The first, you can use the Q&A feature to type your questions to our presenters at any point throughout our session today. Second, your camera and microphone are off, so we cannot see or hear you. Third, this is just one of a few different sessions we're offering, so feel free to visit our registration site to sign up for additional sessions. And finally, this presentation is being recorded. You'll have access to that recording within about a week or so. We have a great lineup for you all. We have Pace University, the Pittsburgh Institute of Aeronautics, Indiana University of Pennsylvania, Harrisburg University of Science and Technology, the University of South Florida, and The Ohio State University. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and introduce Pace University.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. My name is Megan Mummy, and I'm the Associate Director of Admissions on PACE's New York City campus, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about us. So Pace University is a private university in New York, and we have two campuses. Our one campus is in New York City, and I'll talk about that one first. So we are in the financial district of Manhattan, so right downtown, right by the Brooklyn Bridge and City Hall. We are a very urban campus because we are located in the city, so we have a vertical campus. What that means is when you're moving between your classes, at Pace, you're likely to be moving between floors as opposed to moving between buildings. This is the larger of our two campuses, and we have about 6,400 undergraduate students on the New York City campus. We are also located right by the Fulton Center subway station, which has all of the main subway lines running out of it. So you can really take advantage of New York City right from campus. We have 4 residence halls on the New York City campus, and housing is guaranteed for all 4 years, but not required. So if you would like to live on campus, you can, but if you have family or just want to live off on your own, you are able to do that as well. On the flip side, we do have a campus also in Westchester. So for you Pennsylvania folks, that is Westchester, New York, not Westchester, Pennsylvania. And I apologize, I am coming in from New York right now, and sometimes New York is a little bit loud. So our Westchester campus is a traditional campus. It's 200 acres, 2,600 undergraduate students. We do also have Division II athletics located on the Westchester campus. There is also a shuttle that runs between the two a couple times a day. So if you are interested in being in the city, you can always go up to Westchester to see a football game or go hiking on the Westchester campus, or vice versa if you would like to go from Westchester into the city. Something unique about PACE in general is the PACE path. So we really want to work with our students to make sure that they are prepared, taking advantage of everything that PACE has to offer, so that by the time they graduate, they are market ready. So with that, you will customize a 4-year plan that will start your first day on campus, and you'll pair your academics with experiences out in the real world. So internships, getting connected with your academic advisor, getting mentors in the field, so you can really make sure that you are in a program that's makes the most sense for you. On the academic side at PACE, we have over 100 different undergraduate majors and about 150 different combined and accelerated degrees. Within our College of Health Professions, we have health science and nursing. Our Dyson College of Arts and Sciences has everything from psychology to performing arts to biology. We have a law school at the graduate level, a Lubin School of Business that has everything from accounting to management to marketing, our School of Education with early childhood, and adolescent education, and then our Seidenberg School of Computer Science and Information Systems, which, if you guessed it, has computer science and information systems. At PACE, when you apply to the university, most of the programs have the same academic requirements. So if you're admitted to one program, you're admitted to all. So it really does give you that flexibility to move between programs as you're just getting started and figuring things out. You're also able to double major or do a major in one area and a minor in the other. You're not really locked into any specific areas. We do have internships, and we have actually one of the largest internship programs in the city. So our students are able to connect with career services as early as their first semester of their freshman year. And last year, our students did thousands and thousands of internships, even though we were virtual. So get connected with career services. They will connect you with some big name companies throughout New York City, throughout the country, And this is really, really going to be an important part of your PACE path, because this is how you get that experience where you're able to then apply it to the job market after you graduate. When you apply to PACE, you will be automatically considered for a merit scholarship. Separately from merit scholarships, which are based on your academic performance in high school, there is need-based financial aid. So on our website, we have a net price calculator and a merit scholarship estimator. You can go online, plug in that information, and preview, what your scholarship or net cost would be before you even apply to the university. Here are the application requirements. So one thing to note is that PACE was test optional before the pandemic, and we will remain test optional moving forward. We are on the common application, and we do also have the PACE application. They're reviewed the same, so you can submit one or the other, but we do not need both. And here are the application deadlines from this past year. So obviously these are last year's deadlines, but we do anticipate that these deadlines for this fall will look pretty similar. So we have early decision, 2 early action deadlines, and a regular decision deadline. If any of you are interested in the School of Performing Arts, there is a hard application deadline of December 15th. And then separate from that, there is going to be a pre-screen deadline where you'll have to upload videos to kind of get through that first round of auditions virtually. Then if you're interested in the nursing program has a deadline of February 15th as well. That is it from me. So this is my contact information. If you do have any questions moving forward, you are able to reach out to me. Something else I do want to just say quickly is that on our campus, we have brought back in-person tours. So we're doing in-person tours, virtual tours. We're having a summer visit day for seniors, students that will be seniors this fall. So pace.edu/explore. I'll put all of my information in the chat. Thank you so much.
Hello all, my name is Brandon with PIA, the Pittsburgh Institute of Aeronautics. First off, I want to commend each and every one of you for being here today in this session, taking a step in the right direction of your educational exploration. And that's what I have in store for you today, some great information as well as visuals. I also have my coworker, Bob Allison, with me today to field any questions you may have. So feel free to take advantage of that Q&A box now and anytime throughout. Anything that I share today, even after our presentation concludes. What I'll do is go ahead and share my screen because I'm a visual kind of person, and as much as I have some great info, I also have some great visuals to share with you. So PIA has been in existence for over 90 years. We were actually founded out of the Glenn Curtiss and Orville Wright Flying Service, and that's the same Orville Wright that was the first in flight. So PIA has a very rich history, but I'm equally, if not more, excited for the present opportunities that we can offer to high school students or those looking to further their education and lead to a bright future for them. And that's what I'll get into today. So PIA graduates have gone on to work at NASA, SpaceX, Aerojet Rocketdyne, technology organizations like Lockheed Martin and Pratt & Whitney, commercial airlines, Piedmont, Boeing, American. Disney will actually hire our graduates to work on roller coasters. We've had a student go on to work for the Goodyear blimp. In the river that is aeronautics, there are so many different side streams: commercial, cargo aviation, medical transport, aerospace. So nice to know with this education, you have so many different potential career destinations to look forward to and strive towards. And what I love, we have some great PIA alumni spotlights. Our graduates that, just like you, were wondering what their next step were, that are now industry success stories. If you want to find not only the alumni spotlights, but where any of our graduates are working inside the US or even all around the world, you can go on pia.edu/career services to really dive deeper. And I hope that they can serve as not only information, but motivation and inspiration for each of you, seeing, oh, Bill's working at Delta. That's something I might want to do. So we are ranked Forbes #1 two-year trade school, and that is not just for aviation and aerospace. They took all trade schools into account through a multitude of factors that you see on the screen, and that is a great ranking and a foot in the door that give our students opportunities at some of the best possible industry positions within aviation, aerospace, and even beyond. So what makes PIA unique is one of the major aspects is we are a hands-on educational institution. So our students get to actually live out the lessons they learn by working on actual aircraft, planes, jets, helicopters. they're actually experiencing their lesson, which we find not only properly prepares them for the industry, but really has them enjoy their education. So at PIA, what you will not find is huge lecture halls. Nothing at all wrong with that. That's just not who we are. What you will find at PIA is hands-on education. We have hangars that our students actually go and get to live, like I said, the lesson they learn. Really, that experiential hands-on learning is the backbone of what we do at PIA. That's our PIA Myrtle Beach campus, because we are the Pittsburgh Institute of Aeronautics, but we actually have branch campuses, which I'll touch on in just a moment. But before I do that, I'd love to give you a peek into what it looks like to be a student at PIA. If you're someone who likes to work with your hands, problem solving, using a combination of intelligence and technical skills to help humanity and work with technology, PIA Aviation Aerospace might be a great path for you to consider. So we do have our main campus in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but we also have branch campuses in Youngstown, Ohio, Hagerstown, Maryland, and Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So simply stated, at PIA, we prepare and propel our graduates for careers in the industries of aviation and aerospace through our two programs. We're extremely specialized. That's aviation maintenance technology and aviation electronics technology, more commonly referred to as avionics. Very quickly going through, because I'd love to have an admissions rep reach out if you're interested and connect with you to dive deeper on any of these details. But aviation maintenance culminates in students being certified by the Federal Aviation Administration and can be done as an associate in specialized technology degree at our Pittsburgh main campus in 21 months, or as a 16-month certification at any of our branch campuses. And aviation maintenance, I always say, is the brawn of the aircraft, the engine, the wings, the landing gear, the physicality. While avionics, only offered at our Pittsburgh main campus as a 21-month associate degree program, culminates in students having a chance to test for and obtain their Federal Communication Commission General Radio Telephone Operator's License, setting them further apart, specializing their skills. And if aviation maintenance is the brawn, avionics is the brain of the aircraft: radar, flight control, navigation. And for the right student, we actually have a dual ticket option that can be completed in 33 months. Something to look into for the right student that we'd love to have one of our reps dive deeper with you on, if that's something that interests you. So if you're in this session, I know I will get your information, but if you're watching this recorded and interested on having someone reach out to invite you to an open house, ask a couple questions, have a one-on-one conversation, or your family come for a personal tour, you can go on pia.edu/learn more, put your information in, and we'd be happy to facilitate that for you in your exploration of PIA to see if we are the best fit for you. Whatever it is you decide to do, I wish you the best and brightest future. And I think the best way that we can empower ourselves is through educational exploration, really diving into and understanding the paths that are possible for us and which one best fits us, our passions, and our personality. So with that said, thank you so much for your time today, and good luck in all you do.
Hi, Lisa, you're on mute.
Hi, this is Lisa Marie Baker, and I'm representing Indiana University of Pennsylvania. And I'm going to just tell you a little bit about our university. IUP is a mid-sized university in Western Pennsylvania, and we have about 10,000 students. A lot of times students really want to start with, do you have my major? And probably we have over 120 different majors that you can pursue at IUP in all different areas, everything from education to fine arts to STEM programs, to the social sciences and more. We are also a doctoral research university. So we do offer all the way through the PhD level at IUP that really enhances different types of research opportunities and interactions with top-notch faculty who are in the classroom teaching. So if you want to see a full list of our majors, you can find those online and learn more all about them. People really want to know, how will I learn? And really, it's going to be, you're going to learn by doing at IUP. We have one of the largest internship programs in Pennsylvania. We send students all around the country to do different types of great internship opportunities. And of the students who take advantage of those, more than 72% of them get offered full-time employment from those experiences. We also have great opportunities for national and international study, part of the national and international student exchange programs, which opens you up to hundreds of opportunities of expanding your education outside of the United States at any time. Another question that students have is who's going to be there to help me? And you're not going to be on your own. Our faculty are there to not just be your teachers, but to be your mentors and academic guides. We also have our guide program, which works with staff and faculty, and every first year student is advised by a guide. You can work with them as much as you want, but you're always going to know that that's your touch point to ask questions if you're not sure where to start. We also have the Hawks Q&A Center, which is another place you can go to ask questions if you're just not sure, maybe even what your questions need to be. So it's a really great opportunity to make sure that you have lots of touch points, because there's so much going to be going on that we want to make sure you stay focused and moving forward. Another question that we get often is, where are you going to live? And first year students are required to live on campus with a few exceptions, but most of them want to live on campus because we have really great suite style living at IUP. These are the 6 different room types that all students get the opportunity to live in. So there's a lot more privacy. There are some shared opportunities, but the suites are much larger than our old residence halls used to be, and incorporate bathrooms, kitchenette areas. So there's a lot of comfort within our living spaces. Additionally, we have our living and learning communities where students can choose to live with students studying similar subjects or who have similar interests. Faculty also mentor those students and bring out of classroom experiences so that students can work and grow and learn together beyond just the classroom. So it's another great opportunity we have. One of our very special living learning communities is our Cook Honors College. Students who go into the Honors College can be in any major, but they do live together for at least their first year. They take their courses together that satisfy their general studies requirements, but for them, it's called the Honors Core. All the students who are offered admission to the Honors College are offered scholarships, and they also have access to an academic achievement fund. So as they're going through school at IUP, they can apply for funds if they need them to help finance a study abroad or research or an internship experience. So we do our best to give different types of financial support, but definitely to our Honors College students, there's some additional opportunity there as well. Another question we often get asked, where do I eat? We have tons of places to eat all over campus. We have All You Care to Eat dining. We have different franchises, and students really enjoy Einstein Bagels, Starbucks, and Chick-fil-A, just to name a few, but you're definitely going to be able to feed your belly as well as your mind. You're going to meet a lot of people when you get involved at IUP, and that's what really makes it exciting. We start everything off with Welcome Week. So as a first year student, you get to come a week early. We have lots of activities and events planned so you can kind of get your feet under you before getting really started. And then you get to just really have that positive first week experience before classes actually start. We also have more than 200 clubs and organizations. There's bound to be something that you already love or something that you wanted to try out. This is such an important thing to do at any college. Get involved, find those people who enjoy the same things you do, and you're going to really just love that. And that's what's something that's really exciting. And we do have sports for every speed. We've got 19 Division II varsity sports teams, some of which are competitive nationally. We also have club sports that do compete with other colleges. And we have our intramurals, which is really just for fun. So you have a lot of really great opportunities to get involved athletically at IUP as well. And to get started, you just have to apply. Our application opens July 1st. We start admitting students in September. Financial aid is whenever is something you're going to look for October 1st, no matter where you're looking at going. And you have until at least May 1st to decide where you want to go and let us know if that is IUP or somewhere else. So once you do that, student housing starts getting filled up in November. You can attend summer orientation. Those signups start in March, and August is welcome week. We are doing in-person campus visits, and you'll be able to come and do those anytime now. We do them through the week and select Saturdays. You can find them on our website. And that's really it. I hope to see you on campus. My contact information is there, and best of luck.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jordan Snavely. I'm the senior admissions counselor at Harrisburg University, primarily working in the Philadelphia area, but I do kind of find myself all over the place. A little bit about Harrisburg University of Science and Technology is we are very specific to science and technology. So you won't really find any liberal arts, performing arts, or creative arts. However, you will see those things in the clubs and activities that we can provide. As far as Harrisburg University in itself, again, everything is going to be very niche to science and technology. We have 11 different majors with over 30 different concentrations. A lot of these majors, I didn't even know we had jobs for. So they are very interesting, and definitely something that there's definitely something here for a lot of people who you didn't realize might have an interest for. Geospatial technology, drones, cameras, mapping out different parts of the world, computer and information sciences, your business programs based off of mainly web technologies, advanced manufacturing, biotechnology, applied mathematics, integrative sciences, including your pre-med track, as well as interactive media and esports management. We are a huge esports school. We have an esports team. We are currently the reigning champs 2019 and 2020 in Overwatch, and we do offer full scholarships for students who make our team. So just a little tidbit about our esports program. On this slide, you see a couple of logos that you may be familiar with, if not all of them. These are just a couple of the places that our students have completed internships at or have worked. We do require every single student to complete some kind of internship. The internship is 135 credit hours. Some of them are paid, some of them are not paid, some of them given a job opportunities. It really just depends on what capacity they can take you in. But we do have a 91% placement rating. So that means within 6 months after graduation, 91% of our graduates have found a job in their field, or they have gone off and gotten an advanced degree. As far as housing in itself, we have all apartment style housing. I like to make sure that I do mention this. It is apartment style, meaning fully functioning kitchen with a stove, refrigerator, microwave, all of that good stuff. Bedroom space, living space, as well as bathroom space. We have apartment style dorms because we do not have any cafeterias on campus. So you as a young adult will be required to start making your own food or going out to local restaurants and finding food. Harrisburg is a city. It's not a huge city quite like Philadelphia, but it is a city. So there are tons of eating options. Or again, you can learn how to cook on your own. All of the apartments are wired with internet. We have common laundry facilities, different amenities in every building. We house students in 4 different buildings. Some of them have tennis courts, some of them have a pool, some of them have parking spaces. So tons of different options. Typically are housing students in doubles, so 2 people to a room, up to 6 people to 6 people to an apartment. 2 people a bedroom typically. So as far as some college life that we have at Harrisburg University, as I mentioned earlier, we don't really have any majors that are going to be specifically liberal arts, performing arts, and creative arts. However, we do have a ton of hobby or clubs and activities that will be geared towards that. There's just a couple listed at the bottom, over 30 plus clubs and activities. These are all student run, student based. So what that means is students are responsible for creating these clubs and kind of taking the reins on how to direct them. So scholarships is a big thing with our school. We require every single student to complete some kind of scholarship, or we will grant a scholarship to every single student who gets accepted into our school. The scholarships range from $11,000 a year up to $16,000 a year, and they are based off your final high school GPA. Our tuition is $23,900 a year, and it has stayed the same within the last 8 years. So I don't really see that changing much. Even if you get that $11,000 scholarship, you will cut your prices in half. And then that doesn't include whatever financial aid you might qualify for. So why choose Harrisburg University? I already talked about internships, but as far as class sizes, we like to keep all of our classes small. Your general education classes will be about 25 to 30 students, and then your major specific classes will be about 7 to 13. So an opportunity for you to create relationships within the classroom among your peers, but also with your professors. We do typically look for a 2.75 GPA or higher. However, we are accommodating as far as admissions. We will look at the classes that you take, see if any of them are relatable to the ones that we have that you might have done better in. We also don't require SATs or ACTs. So that is something that you can send us your scores if you want to, but it's definitely not something that we require. So applying, we're available on the Common App, and we also have a free application online. Here's my contact information at the end. I will also put this in the chat, but feel free to reach out to me. I will get back to you within 24 hours. All right, thank you so much and have a good day.
Hi everyone, my name is Melissa Chirac and I am your admissions advisor and recruiter for the University of South Florida. Today I just want to give you some information about our university and the admissions process. So I'll go ahead and get started. USF is a large public research university. We're set towards the center of the state, but over on the West Coast. And we are comprised of 3 campuses, USF's Tampa campus, USF St. Petersburg's campus, and USF Sarasota Manatee's campus. We are big and we are bold. Our total enrollment is over 50,000 students and our undergraduate population is over 37,000. That said, we do try to keep our class size as small as possible. Our student faculty ratio is 21:1, and our average class size is 33. We are a very diverse university as well, and that is something that is very important to us. Over 41% of our students come from diverse backgrounds. We have students from every state and over 140 different countries. So as I mentioned, that is very important to us. We want our students to get to know students from all over, study and work together. We are located, as I mentioned, in a large metropolitan region of the state. This provides students with a wealth of opportunities and is one of my favorite things about the university, our location. So whether it is getting out and about, exploring the Tampa Bay area, taking advantage of our warm temperate weather throughout the year, visiting our theme parks like Busch Gardens, visiting our cultural institutions, our museums, performing arts centers, visiting our bays, getting on our trails, our parks. We have some of the country's most beautiful beaches right in our backyard. We do want our students to explore everything that the Tampa Bay area has to offer, and it offers a lot. It also provides you with an opportunity for internships and work while you're going to school, and postgrad as well. Our community is very, very supportive of USF and our students, and they do they're very active in university life. So they are coming to us for students to get jobs, internships while they're in school. So we have a great career center for our students to really help find those opportunities. So you will have plenty. I do want to just kind of give you an idea of what goes on campus as well. As much as our students are very active in the community, they are also very active on campus. We have over 700 different student organizations. We have events, many of them all year long. We are a Division I sports athletics program. We are underneath the American Athletics Conference, and we do have 17 sports underneath that banner. We offer over 200 different academic majors and concentrations for students to choose from. We have an outstanding honors college for students as well. And we do provide research to our students. You can walk in the door your first week, and if research is something that you are interested in, we have a great department for that, the Office of Undergraduate Research, to help find those opportunities for you. And we highly, highly encourage it. And we encourage interdisciplinary research as well. Study abroad is also something that is very important to us, and we have missed it dearly. We are hoping to get those programs up and running, as they are very popular. As soon as we can. And as I mentioned before, we do have access to a lot of different internships, not just at the local level, but also nationally and globally as well. We offer housing to our students. We've got a few different options, but a key point is USF's Tampa campus and USF Sarasota Manatee's, St. Petersburg campus are the campuses that provide housing to students. And freshmen are not required to live on campus, but you're more than welcome to, and you're not limited to one type of housing. So you will have choices. I do want to switch gears and talk about admissions for a bit. So these are the things that you would need to complete an application with USF. We are on the common application, we are on the coalition application, and we also have our institutional application. We do require a $30 application fee, but we do accept fee waivers from the ACT, College Board, and NACAC organizations. We do require your high school transcript, and we do require SAT or ACT scores. We are not a self-reporting school, so we would need that information direct from your high school for your high school transcript, and ACT or the College Board for ACTs and SAT results. So make sure you are sending those over. I also just have up our middle 50%. So this is just to give you an idea of what our students who were admitted with us had this past year. And kind of where we like students to aim. However, this is just the middle 50% broken down by our fall and summer semesters of 2020. I want to throw up just a timeline for you to keep in mind. So July 1st, our application opens, but our priority application completion deadline is November 1st. And this is what I highly, highly recommend. We are a rolling admissions university. We do get more competitive as we move through the year. And so it is very beneficial to meet the November 1st completion deadline for priority consideration. We also have a scholarship consideration deadline of January 15th, and I highly recommend, if you don't quite meet that November 1st, make sure you're meeting the January 15th deadline, as that will be the final deadline for us to consider you for scholarships. And speaking of scholarships, I do have that posted on this slide here. So we have different tiers. This includes the GPA required and the test scores. I do highly recommend that you check back on our website, as these are refreshed towards the end of the summer with any changes that might have taken place to dates, deadlines, and requirements. This here is our breakdown of cost of attendance. So just wanted to throw that up just so that you know what we're looking at in terms of cost of attendance. And then finally, I just want to provide my contact information for you here. Again, my name is Melissa. Thank you so much for joining us, and I will put this in the chat as well.
Hi there, everyone. My name is Chelsea Melzer. I am with the Ohio State University. I'm an admissions counselor. I'm actually the admissions counselor for all of Pennsylvania, except for the Philadelphia area. We are working to hire a new rep for the Philadelphia area. So more information for that to come, but the rest of Pennsylvania, here's my contact information. You can absolutely reach out to me anytime. Ohio State University, the first thing to really talk about is where we're located. We're in Columbus, Ohio. So Columbus, Ohio, we're actually the 15th largest city in the US. So a lot of times people think of Ohio and think we're a flyover state and think of corn and the Midwest, which is great, but we are a lot more than that as well. We actually have numerous Fortune 500 companies, national headquarter brands right in our backyard, like DSW, Scott's, Wendy's, a number of different opportunities for internships, jobs, post college graduation, and ways to get involved in the community if you're interested in like community service. I know a lot of students who apply have mentioned community service on their applications. That's something you can absolutely continue here in the city. We also have a pretty robust entertainment scene in Columbus, Ohio. We have a professional, 3 different professional sports teams. We have theater, concerts. We have a world-class zoo and aquarium right here in our backyard as well. And you as students can get discounted tickets to all of these things around the city, which is pretty cool. We have a really great partnership with the city itself. We're also kind of like a foodie city. So if that's your thing, I know it's kind of my thing, you will not be disappointed while you're here. But to talk about our university itself, we are in the Big Ten Conference. We are a large public tier 1 research university. And with that, you are able to take part in research from your freshman year. You can do your own independent research. You can work with our professors. But the cool thing is, as an undergraduate, you have the opportunity to get published even in different papers or books or whatever it may be. So that's a really cool opportunity. We also have over 200 different majors and over 500 different minor specializations. So we like to joke that, we have everything from architecture to zoology. So from A to Z, there's typically something for everyone here. And you can kind of be creative with what you want to do with your academic journey. We are also the #1 public university in the state of Ohio, which we're really excited about. It allows us to give a lot of different opportunities to our students. We have over 60,000 students on campus between our undergraduate and graduate students, and over 40,000 just undergraduate students. So a pretty large campus, but also in the middle of a pretty robust city. So we're very thankful and lucky for that. We do have over 200 different study abroad programs as well. And we actually have study abroad programs on all 7 continents. So we can truly take you anywhere in the world, which is very exciting. We also have a large living alumni network of over 500,000. So a lot of times you're going to interact with folks sometime in your life where they have a connection to Ohio State. And that's really great. When building those connections to look for professional opportunities down the road, or just connecting with others. We are pretty big on traditions here. You probably know about our football team and the excitement behind that on football Saturdays, but we also have a number of other traditions throughout the year. We're a very spirited campus. My favorite one is called Light Up the Lake. Where around winter, all the students come together, sing the alma mater, Carmen, Ohio, and turn on over 60,000 different lights. It said there's one light for every student. So it's very cute and sappy, but really shows the start of the winter season on campus. Our application, we are on the common application. We do require a $60 application fee or fee waiver. We'll accept anything from either your ACT or SAT fee waiver, NACAC fee waivers, even a letter from your counselor explaining your financial situation. That is something that we can work with. We require official high school transcripts directly from your high school, as well as your senior schedule. We are test score optional. So we started becoming test score optional last year. because of the COVID-19 pandemic, and we decided that we are also going to remain test score optional this year. Whether or not you decide to be test score optional or submit test scores, you can still be considered for merit scholarships as long as you meet our early action deadline, which I'll talk about here in just a moment. We also are able to accept up to 3 letters of recommendation. So if you read everything in your application and you still think that there's something that may be missing or something that can tell us more about you, you can absolutely have someone write a letter of recommendation for you. And finally, for our international students, we have students attending Ohio State all over the globe. We do require submission of proof of English language proficiency. All right, and just an idea of what to expect cost-wise for out of state. What you're seeing with your direct costs, you're looking at close to about $47,000 a year. We know that there are other indirect costs like your books, supplies, that travel expenses that can be added in that as well. One thing that we do offer also is called our digital flagship initiative, where we offer every incoming student a Apple iPad and the Apple Pencil to kind of cut down on the book costs and provide every student with technology. So that is a great perk for our students. Again, with our merit scholarships, we do have a non-resident scholarship of $13,500, but you do have to meet that early action deadline of November 1st. And then finally, our final application deadline is February 1, and as well as our FAFSA deadline. And with that, thank you so much.
And that concludes the presentation portion of our session today. We're now going to transition to the Q&A. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and pose a question to the group, and our participants will respond in the order in which they presented. The first question is, what is your favorite event or tradition on campus?
Okay, so at Pace University, we do something every academic year called the Weeks of Welcome. So that is where we really pack a ton. I mean, we always have a ton, but we really pack a ton of events in those first few weeks and really take advantage of New York. So whether that's going to see Broadway shows or going to see the Yankees or bringing choreographers or drag bingo or things like that to campus, Weeks of Welcome is definitely my favorite.
You heard a lot from me earlier. I actually have a coworker with me that has 40 years admissions experience. So how could I not tap the wealth of knowledge, insight, and advice that he is? Bob, why don't you field this one?
Okay, I think one of the best things or traditions that we do is each year we have this special open house, and we bring a big car show onto the airport. So you're combining hot planes, hot cars, free food, tours of the school, employers. It's just, you can get into our school and you can smell the jet fuel. That's the best part of it. So I'm going to have to say our open house in August is always a big winner with me.
At IUP, at the end of April or beginning of May, depending on how the calendar falls and the weather, we have our annual Chalk the Walk contest, and all the students go out. Behind me, you can see that's a picture of our Oak Grove, and they basically go and they draw pictures make art on all of the sidewalks in the Oak Grove. They give out cash prizes to some of the best ones, and there's some really amazing pieces that get made every year, and it's something that everyone always looks forward to because it's the end of the semester, the weather is getting really nice, and it just really makes the campus look absolutely beautiful and exciting.
So Harrisburg University is a little bit of a newer school. We are currently making traditions there, but one of the biggest things that we do have is our Hue Fest, which is the Harrisburg University Esports Festival. It's filled with esports. It's like one giant block party in Harrisburg. Concerts, food, games. We try to do it around the same time that all the freshmen start school. So it's a great way for you to meet people, reconnect with your classmates if you're a returning student, bunch of good stuff, all in the name of esports. As I mentioned earlier, huge esports school.
And one of my favorite traditions at USF is something called USF Week, which started out as a day in commemoration of the founding of the university, and the community, like throughout the Tampa Bay area, gets really involved in it. But my favorite activities happen with our students on campus, and it actually expanded into a week instead of a day. It became a week, and there's just a lot of fun going on. There's a massive concert that we have that week, really great speakers, and it's a giant celebration of the university and our students. And it falls in the spring, which is also a really nice kind of breakup in terms of the semester as well. And I think sets the tone for students preparing for finals.
All right, so I kind of talked about Light Up the Lake during my presentation, but I'm going to talk about Welcome Week because that's a pretty big deal. So the first weekend that students are back on campus, we have something called Welcome Week, and a big part of that is our Student Involvement Fair, which is super exciting. So this space behind me, this is called the Oval on our campus. Every single one of those walkways have tables set up for all of our student organizations. So I said before, we have over 1,400 student organizations. That walkway looks amazing. Obviously in a COVID compliant world where, I don't know what that looked like this fall, but hopefully that's something that you'll be able to experience sometime in your 4 years at Ohio State.
Thank you all for sharing. With that said, that concludes the Q&A portion of our session for today, but I do have a few closing announcements. As you exit from this Zoom session, a survey will appear. It's approximately 4 questions, but please complete the survey. It's extremely helpful as we aim to improve our virtual college fair offerings. Also want to remind you that you can sign up for additional sessions by visiting our registration site. And finally, you'll have access to this recording within about a week or so. I want to thank all of our presenters for joining us, but also thank you to our attendees. I hope everyone has a great evening. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.